In this episode, we're going to talk about our expertise and our business. So again, my name is Dave Kittle, physical therapist and the owner of Concierge Pain Relief Home Physical Therapy in New York City. And in terms of our expertise, what we do is we provide a significantly different patient experience or client experience in terms of physical therapy. So what do we do differently? One thing is that we have a 24/7 answering service who is always going to answer the phone call. So it doesn't matter if it's holidays, if it's weekends, if it's 10 p.m. at night, our phones will always be answered by a prospective patient who's calling in. From that point, they will typically get a call back from the actual physical therapist that would be treating them. So within 24 hours, typically the same day, they're going to get a call back from a licensed doctor of physical therapy, which is also different than most other places in New York City. Most of the time, the callback is going to be performed by a front desk person or an administrative staff member, which is totally fine. We're just trying to be different. This is one way that we're different. Upon doing that, we have a long open format in terms of phone calls. We're not necessarily just trying to get transactional information from that prospective patient. Of course, we need to do certain things. We need to collect certain things like insurance information or location in terms of in-home physical therapy. But we spend a considerable amount of time, sometimes 15 to 30 minutes on a phone call to make sure that that individual is the right fit for us and that they are the right fit, that we're the right fit for them and that they are the right fit for us. And what we do on that first phone call is we try to filter out and screen out if someone is really just trying to find the cheapest service out there, like only use their in-network insurance, for example, then we're probably not going to be the right fit for them. And we can usually find that out in the very beginning of the phone call. And that individual is typically going to just only care about using their insurance and doesn't even introduce themselves and introduce their name on a phone call. They just call and say, do you take United Healthcare? And they don't really introduce themselves, or they don't even have like a dialogue that we're looking for. So what we do on those first phone calls is we try to speak to that individual about what's going on, what gives them pain, or what are their impairments, what are they frustrated with. And we immediately talk about and want to identify things that they cannot do right now that they want to get back to doing. And then we start talking about, short-term and long-term goals, even before scheduling, even before they proceed to commit to having a 1-hour evaluation in their home or in their office or workplace. So that's how we're different in terms of our core home physical therapy practice. And as you know, if you're watching this, if you're listening to this, then you know that we also have a parent company where we're going to be acquiring other physical therapy practices and other healthcare businesses. Right now, focusing around New York and New Jersey, but in the future, expand past that. And so we are looking to utilize that type of like concierge approach, meaning we provide a lot more of a customized experience and we tailor it around that individual who's contacting us, who's calling in or emailing in. And we want to then use a lot of those things that we've known to be effective and helpful. We want to utilize that and plug those types of strategies and techniques into the new companies and new practices that we acquire in the near future. And it's not to say that they're not doing a lot of these things, but we've seen what works in terms of our particular, mission and style of what we want to do in terms of how we want a prospective client and a prospective patient, how they want to feel or how we want them to feel as they go through the process. They're calling, 3-5 different options in terms of in-home physical therapy or outpatient physical therapy. And we have employed a lot of these approaches to over-communicate to make sure that we can deliver and manage their expectations of what they're looking for. And that goes into some of our results. So for example, for Concierge Pain Relief Home Physical Therapy in New York City, we have the most 5-star Google reviews of any other home therapy practice in New York City. So obviously there's outpatient physical therapy practices that have hundreds of 5-star Google reviews and they've been around for 10, 20 years. And we haven't been around that long. But in terms of the home therapy companies, we do have the most 5-star Google reviews. And the reason why we do that, or we have that, is because we've tried to go above and beyond and provide a great experience for all of our patients and clients. And so when other owners are looking to potentially sell or exit their practice, one thing that we've heard from owners so far is that they've looked us up on LinkedIn or they've looked us up on Google, and they have mentioned and that they've been impressed with some of our 5-star Google reviews from our patients, how we've treated patients and clients in the past. And that gives them solace in the fact that, hey, if these guys, this is how they treat their patients and clients, and they have their clients leaving them rave reviews and success stories and testimonials on the internet, on Yelp or on Google, then they probably will do a great job in terms of handling and helping my patients from my practice if I were to exit and sell to them. So that, in a nutshell, is what we're talking about today in terms of our business and how we treat patients and clients. And we hopefully believe to show and demonstrate that those types of things will be conveyed to other practice owners who might be out there looking for a potential company or practice to sell to. So in a nutshell, that's our expertise. That's where we've wanted to focus on in terms of our delivery of the service. And if we were to acquire your practice or one of your colleagues' practices, physical therapy practice or home therapy practice, et cetera, we want to demonstrate that we're going to use that same type of expertise, that same type of an approach with the patients and the clients that are affiliated with your practice, as well as your team members, your employees. More to come on all of this as we go through. Just a brief, quick episode here. Go ahead and rate and review. If you're on YouTube, go ahead and hit subscribe. That way you'll be notified of next couple episodes that you may be interested in. Go ahead and let us know if you have any questions or comments, and we will speak to you next time on the Dave Kittle Show. Again, Dave Kittle here signing out, and we will speak to you then. Bye now. Hey, it's Dave Kittle. Are you a healthcare business owner or physical therapy practice owner who is looking to figure out your succession plan or exit strategy? We might be able to help. And in fact, we may be interested in acquiring your practice. If you're interested, you can reach out to me. Shoot me an email at dave@conciergepainrelief.com. That's DAVE at CONCIERGE painrelief.com. Or you can call me at any time, 646-781-8884.